Welcome to whatever this channel's about. So yeah, I know I'm wearing my Burning Man hat. Not going to Burning Man this year, just a little bit of whimsy. Want to do something different. Right now there's stuff happening there which, well, I'm not even going to get into. That's what this video is about. This video is actually about lessons learned and still talking more cancer stuff because why not? That seems to draw views, sure. And something that people keep asking me is like, you've had this near-death experience or had this experience, had the whole cancer thing, and like, well, what have you learned from all this? And, you know, I'm just a big shrug emoji. I don't feel like I've learned anything from this. I don't feel it's changed me. At least that's the answer I've been giving people. Like, have you learned about mortality and stuff like that? And ironically, the day of my first hospitalization was also the day of a release of a video in which I was like, why haven't people figured out this mortality thing? So I'm actually talking about death, and that was a video released on the day that I almost died, which would have been a really tragic last video, but it wasn't. I'll link it, whatever. It was talking about my grandfather and his not accepting mortality, which I feel I'm pretty, I mean, what am I going to do after I die? I'm not going to, I'm dead. So, what's the saying? Life goes on, but not for you. Anyway, going back to lessons learned. So, I was at an event recently, and I was actually thinking about this, and one thing I noticed is my behavioral change for how I handle events. Now, usually I go to a party, and I'm a bit social. I would go to the food area, nibble some food, go to the drink area, get some drinks, go to another room, talk to some people, go to another room, just move around, go back to the food area, just like all over the place, and I couldn't sit still. But now I look at it and like, well, the food area, most of that food I can't eat. I can't have shared food, and I can't have food that's been sitting for a while. So just skip it. Just ignore the food. I know I'm going to eat beforehand. I'm going to eat afterwards. It's all fine. Drinks, I've got my handy bottle of water I keep with me. Maybe if there's a can of soda, I'll grab a can of soda, but I'll just stick with water and keep it nice and simple, because why not? I can't have alcohol, and I can't have like punch bowl stuff. So, and then as for moving around, like if there's a tight knit group, I'm backing up. I am not hanging out with a tight knit group. So I will sit on the edge like a wallflower, and people come to me. That's probably like the biggest change in all this. Is a lot of like sitting and waiting has been a big part of this past year. Whenever I went to the hospital, like I'd have like 3 appointments in a day. Again, like every day for a long time. And there'd be like an hour wait, half-hour wait in between the appointments. So just sit in the waiting room, get used to sitting. And then some of the appointments were infusions. Actually, the first 84 days of being in the hospital were infusions, which take an hour or 2 or 3, in which you just sit and wait. You have to wait for the pharmacy to bring the bag of whatever you're getting into you up to you, and then you just sit while this fluid is being pumped into you, and then you get to go home, maybe if you don't have any more appointments. If you have a family, you can only have one person with you, so if you're a family member or a friend, you can chat with them, which is cool, but it's a lot of just sitting and waiting. So I noticed that, again, like when I'm at an event, like I went to a picnic, where I couldn't eat the food. I just had a chair, went over to a tree, hung out there. Some people come up to talk to me. Cool. And if they didn't, that's also cool. And there was a birthday party recently. I just like found a corner, sat in the corner, just chilled out there, and it was all good. So that's probably the lessons learned, is to be more patient and chill, which is odd because I feel like I'm already a patient, chill person, or at least people tell me I am. So now that I'm even more so, anyway, that's my lesson learned. I know it's not anything dramatic, like, oh no. I guess it's kind of the opposite of stop and smell the roses, stop and appreciate the moments as they happen. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Have a good one.